Welcome to the Courtroom Circus starring Sean Diddy Combs, where every day brings another jaw-dropping revelation that makes reality TV look tame. Taking place in the heart of Manhattan's federal court, this legal roller coaster has officially punched its ticket into pop culture infamy. The hip-hop mogul turned courtroom regular is facing some seriously heavy charges, namely as trafficking and racketeering, and the daily drama is anything but dull. Buckle up as we dive into the latest chapter of this wild ride. In day 1, May 5, the trial kicked off with jury selection and vibes straight out of Law & Order VIP edition. Names like Kanye, Kid Cudi, and Michael B. Jordan popped up like it was the Met Gala, not jury duty. One juror said they only knew Diddy as a rapper with some drama. Understatement of the year. Out of 32 possible jurors, only 19 made the final cut, most admitting they'd seen that hallway video, but Pinky promised to keep it neutral. Day 2, May 6th, the great juror purge continued. One man said he couldn't go 8 weeks without lighting up his vape. Judge said, bye. Meanwhile, Diddy stood up for jurors like he was in church, either showing respect or trying to hypnotize the jury with manners. Day 3, May 7th, 2 more jurors got the boot. One worked for HBO, which felt too Hollywood adjacent, and another had the "he did it, I know it" face. The defense started sweating, worried folks would binge the downfall of Diddy in their free time. And let's be real, who wouldn't? Day 4, May 9th, the judge hit pause, worried jurors might bail after a long weekend. Diddy's team tried to play the race card, arguing the charges had racial bias, but the judge wasn't buying it. Shut it down like a remix no one asked for. Day 5, May 12th. Opening statements landed like mixtape diss tracks. Prosecutors said Diddy ran a dark, manipulative empire behind the velvet ropes. The defense countered with just a messy love story. One hotel guard dropped hush money allegations, and a surprise male entertainer testified about being booked for Cassie and ending up in something way above his pay grade. Day 6, May 13, Cassie took the stand and turned the room ice cold. She described chaotic multi-day parties filled with pressure, surveillance, and zero escape routes. She said she stayed out of fear, not love. No cameras were allowed, but everyone in the room looked like they just witnessed a plot twist from True Detective. Day 7, May 14, Cassie returned and said post-breakup things got darker. Diddy allegedly used private footage to blackmail her. Yes, that kind of footage. Courtroom screens flashed images backing her claims, and even the court stenographer looked like she needed a break. Day 8, May 15th, cross-examination kicked off. Cassie admitted she and Diddy struggled with addiction, and at one time in 2012, he overdosed on painkillers. The defense tried to spin it into a two broken people narrative, arguing toxicity isn't as trafficking. Interesting defense. Bold even. Day 9, May 16th. Cassie dropped a literary bomb. Diddy allegedly paid her $20 million to buy the rights to her memoir before it hit shelves. Plot twist. Dawn Richard, former Danity Kane member, said she saw him get violent and that he once came at her wielding a skillet, a whole skillet Gordon Ramsay wouldn't approve. Day 10, May 19th, agents raided Diddy's hotel stash and found the med bag, a mysterious satchel filled with pills, baby oil, and who knows what else. Also featured disturbing photos of Cassie's injuries and testimony from an ex-assistant who described a job that sounded like a nightmare internship from the underworld. Day 11, May 20th, Cassie's mom, Regina, said she took out a $20,000 loan to prevent a private video from leaking. That's love. Then came the Punisher, a male escort who was supposed to be the star witness, but fizzled. He barely remembered anything and somehow helped the defense more than the prosecution. Day 12, May 21. A trauma expert explained why victims often stay silent or even appear loving to their abusers. Meanwhile, a former assistant testified his daily duties included cleaning up, let's just say evidence, of all kinds. Hazard pay should have been in his contract. Day 13, May 22. Kid Cudi entered the chat. He testified that after Diddy found out he was dating Cassie, his Porsche randomly exploded. Not long after, other employees testified about seeing violent outbursts mid-flight, backstage, and even on private. This wasn't just toxic. It was a full-blown volcano. Day 14, May 27. Capricorn Clark, a former aide, shared how she was emotionally manipulated, discarded, and blackballed from the industry. She described Diddy's threats, but an under cross-exam couldn't confirm ever seeing a weapon. Still, her testimony packed a punch. Day 15, May 28th. Firebomb saga continues. LAPD and LAFD confirmed an arson case connected to Diddy. Then stylist Deontay Nash took the stand, confirming Cassie often had bruises and carried a mysterious black bag that he described in a little too much detail. It was giving things we don't talk about energy. Day 16, May 29th. Mia, a former assistant, testified she was held in Diddy's home for 5 days. She recalled a violent scene at a party hosted by Prince, yes, thou Prince, where security had to step in. Sounds like a deleted scene from Empire. Day 17, May 30th. Defense tried to poke holes using Mia's cheerful old Instagram posts, but she clapped back. It's social media, it's fake. I smiled to survive. And just like that, everyone in the courtroom remembered their own fake posts. Day 18, June 2nd, more cross. The defense stuck with the justice functional argument. Mia said she stayed silent to protect her nieces. That was her why. Not money, not attention, just family. Day 19, June 3rd. Enter hotel security manager. Said he was paid $100K in cash to make the infamous hallway video disappear. Oh, and he signed a $1 million NDA. That's not hush money. That's a lifetime membership to the Cone of Silence. Day 20. June 4th. Dang, Cassie's friend Brianna testified that Diddy once dangled her over a balcony. Straight up Scarface vibes. She admitted to supplying party favors, some legal, most not. Then came a tech expert who confirmed the viral video. Yep, 100% authentic. No deep fakes here. Day 21, June 5th. Diddy got a verbal spanking from the judge for trying to intimidate the jury with long, silent stares. One more outburst, and he's watching the trial from the hallway. Meanwhile, Jane, another key witness, told the court about high-end hotel parties, hush payments, and suspiciously generous shopping sprees. Day 22, June 6th. Jane continued. She said she was flown out, filmed without consent, and eventually locked into a bizarre love contract that paid her $10K a month. Money was nice, sure, but she described suffering emotional trauma, physical symptoms, and a loss of self. The courtroom was dead silent. And that, my friends, brings us to the current cliffhanger. But don't even think about clicking away, because this roller coaster is far from over. This is just part one. The final testimonies, closing arguments, and maybe even a verdict, all still to come. If you made it this far, you're the real MVP. Hit that like, smash that subscribe, and queue up the next video YouTube is recommending, because this is shaping up to be the trial of the century hip-hop edition. Stay locked in. This show's just getting started.